Well, welcome to the Menai Straits, where the ebb has just started and the wind is going that way. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of white horses on there. Talking to the harbour master at Victoria Dock, he said, "Oh, this is nothing. Wait until it gets started." So we'll see that in a couple of hours. I might just get a chance to show you. What I have done this morning is made a new plan. Because Liverpool docks, not Liverpool docks, but the lock gates at Liverpool Marina are broken. I'm glad I rang them up because that was going to be my next port of call after Bangor. So I couldn't get into Liverpool until the end of July. Well, that's no good for me because I'm at the end of June. I thought, well, that's okay because I can just go to Bangor. So I rang up Bangor just to see what time I could get in on the tide, because I noticed that it's a drying harbour, and the Irish accent on the guy gave it away that I'd booked myself into the wrong Bangor. I'd booked into Northern Ireland. So the next 2 days had to completely change. I do have a plan, I'll tell you what that is later, but it involves a couple of nights at Anchorage and a quick whip up to the Isle of Man. If you do manage to get out of the wind, there is a nice little area to the, where would that be? That would be the north of Victoria Harbour. It's a bit old concrete, it's very, very nice. You can look at the state of those trees bouncing around in the wind, but I'm out of it here. And there's lots of places to eat and things to do. I was a bit disappointed that Ketty was so far away from everybody, but the time I got in, it was the only space available to raft up, so that's what I had to do. Nobody's getting to see the QR code, which means I won't be getting any donations from Victoria Dock, Caernarfon. Maybe you could be so kind as to follow that link there and help us find a course towards a cure. I'm about to pop my shopping. I've just been to Morrison's, which isn't very far from the marina at all, on board Ketty, and then we're going to go over there into the old part, where apparently it's very nice. Let's go for a walk. Is a pretty walk as you come along to the south side and go towards the old harbour. You can almost imagine being back in the 1700s. Though sailing into this particular harbour we're about to see, you have to come right out over there and then hang a right by that lateral. You've got your cardinal, another lateral, then coming along the wall between that lateral and this. I wonder where that leads to. It's around the corner. Love these old arches. Balls to the city. There we go. Coastal connections. I wish I'd have read that earlier. It's the 1200s, not the 17. I'm stood now on the Aber Swing Bridge looking into where I would have really rather have been, but if I have done a little bit more research and preparation, then maybe I could have had Ketty up against the wall where people walk past. But I guess with planning, of course there's no facilities here. So there's also no charge for anybody, evidently. Just been talking to one of the guys on a boat up there. Preparing to fail is failing to prepare. Or is that the other way around? shops, both oldie worldy and brand new. Just come in the entrance to the castle, and this bit's just before you pay £16 to get in, so I'm not that excited about paying to come into the castle. Not on my own, but I think probably with family it'd be a great thing to do. I'm on the turrets, and I'll go through this door and see if I can get up there. Oh, sadly not. They don't want us to. But have a look at that. What? It probably looked better in the olden days when there was floors in it. It's all very quite exciting. The entrance to the castle apparently originally was guarded by 6 portcullises, murder holes, 5 sets of doors and arrow loops to the sides. Today it's guarded by a cash machine. But if you make it past the cash machine, then you can enjoy all of the tunnels. This is the Black Tower. And that is Roman Emperor Magnus Maximus, who found the daughter of the King of England, Ellen, here in Caernarfon Castle. The two of them ruled magnificently, apparently, from here, all of the Roman Empire, from Caernarfon. There are loads of these corridors to walk around and lots to see, so probably is worth coming here. And of course, you've got to exit through the gift shop. Welcome to the cockpit cover, where I've got this up to keep me out of the wind. It does make it really hot in here. Right, so what does tomorrow involve? As I mentioned earlier, Liverpool is shut, their locks are broken. I managed to book myself into the very wrong banger, but that's okay because the banger in the Menai Straits is drying anyway. So this is my intention. I am going to go through the swellies. This is something I'm worried about, and I've asked loads of people about that. I've put questions on Facebook, on the different groups there. I've asked locals. I've been given some great information, including the, can we see them there if I do that? Can we see? No. There's a boat behind me called Virgo who's just loaned me this book. Boom. The answer is in here. So lots of information about getting through the swellies. Where am I up to? I'm just waffling now. I can't remember what I was saying, but this is where I'm going to go. Through the swellies, around the corner, and well, because when I realised that I'd made an error and it was just like, oh, smeg, that made me think of Red Dwarf, which reminded me of Red Dwarf Bay around the corner there. So I'm going to go there and anchor tomorrow morning. I'm just going to spend the night, because that is going to set me up. And with the wind, which is hopefully a bit lighter but coming from the correct direction now, is going to send me straight up north towards Ramsey. Again, a drying harbour. I'll be glad to get out of drying harbour land, hopefully soon. So I need to get there when there's enough water, and I don't know when that is. And then after the Isle of Man, Ramsey. I'm going to spend a few days on the Isle of Man, I think. People are saying it's amazing, you must do that. And then going to go up to, this place, whose name I've just forgotten off the top of my head. And then hopefully round to Stranraer the day after that. What's the crack with Stranraer? Every phone number that I find online or in the Reed's Almanac doesn't exist. So I might just have to anchor up at Stranraer as well before I then carry on up to Campbelltown. That's a vague plan, who knows. As I said earlier, I've not had a chance to get the QR code and the banners up here. It's pointless, there's nobody walking past this area. Everybody's over in the other area. I am doing this journey with a purpose of raising funds for Parkinson's UK. So if you would like to help us just work towards a cure. There's 166,000 people in the UK diagnosed with it. There is 1 every 20 minutes diagnosed anew. So that number is just increasing. In fact, there's probably like 170,000 people now in the UK, and we don't know why people get it. We need research to find out what causes it. My Facebook feed is full of theories at the moment to do with Parkinson's, but what we need is some facts, and we need to spend a bit of money on research to aim for the cure. We find out what causes it, we can find out what cures it. So please, if you haven't done so already, please support me by supporting Parkinson's UK, and bob off to that link and maybe make a donation, please. Thank you very, very much.